in Mahrez's absence. Ahead of them, the creating attacking midfield trio features Feyenoord's electrifying dribbler Anis Hadj Moussa on the right flank, Eintracht Frankfurt set-piece specialist Faris Chaibi in the central pocket, and Marseille's stylish Amin Gouiri drifting inside from the left. They will all look to feed and support the absolute focal point of the attack, the sensational 20-year-old Bayer Leverkusen prodigy Ibrahim Madsa. The referees tonight, highly composed Polish referee Szymon Marciniak in charge of this fixture this evening. It's a name you might recognise. He was the man who took charge of the final 4 years ago, became the first man as well to referee both the final of this tournament and the Champions League in the same season. A vastly respected referee, and the tackle's already thundering in. And Lionel Messi is tracking back and winning possession back for Argentina. That was a risky pass at the back from Lisandro Martinez, but didn't come to much for Algeria. Well, the question really is, can this young, potentially fearless Algerian lineup execute Petkovic's high-pressing blueprint and secure an opening day ambush? Or will it be more of the same for the reigning champions? What a remarkable statistic for Lionel Messi in his career that's been marked by them. 6 tournaments now. Argentina go long, looking for Almada. Early into Lisandro to Lautaro Martinez. Flashed the header, held onto by Lucas Zidane. It was Molina. Facundo Medina, excuse me, getting forward from the back. All 17 members of the Argentina squad were also present when they won this trophy 3.5 years ago. 16 of them have the same squad number they did in 2022. Here's the one that doesn't, Lisandro Martinez. Left-hand side of those 2 centre-backs. Rodrigo de Paul. He's alongside Lionel Messi at Inter Miami. Those 2 linking up regularly in the MLS. Enzo Fernandez tries to find the skipper Lionel Messi on the right-hand side. Turn 39 during this tournament. His 39th birthday a week today. He's in towards Lautaro Martinez. He's Lionel Messi! And there it is, the opener! The flag is up. And he clearly knows it too. A right smile from the little magician. It's very tight, but the replay suggests that it's the right decision from the assistant referee. Tomasz Lišković. The end of a barrage of frustration from the majority in this stadium in Kansas City. Zidane. Rafik Belgali on the right back. Boudaoui. Spun in behind, and it is Belgali, who needs no invitation to get forward. McAllister. Montiel. Alexis McAllister on the halfway line. And off to Christian Romero. Enjoyed a difficult season with Tottenham Hotspur. Only just about stayed in the league. The top flight back in England. It's Fernandez. For Montiel, tried to stretch to keep it in, but another throw in for Algeria. It's very tight. We've just seen a replay of the offside on Lionel Messi. Defender in the middle, Aissa Mandi. It is. I think he's already appealing for offside when Messi starts to make the run. Maybe even calling across some teammates, but it's half a shoulder. It's seen Messi's opener chalked off. It's Mazza. Central position, lovely ball through, and there is the opener! Against all odds, it's Fares Shaibi. Left all on his own in the penalty area. Ibrahim Mazza slid it through. One number 10 had it in the back of the net and it didn't count. The other, this one looks like it will stand. The Eintracht Frankfurt forward. What a moment for Algeria. It's a brilliant pass from Mazza, and you know this one could well be chalked off as well. Beats Semi Martinez at his near post. Well, controversy again. Simon Marciniak reports to the stadium that on review he was in an offside position, Fares Shaibi. What a start we've had in Kansas City, and they've poked it free in midfield here again, Argentina. Thiago Almada of Atletico Madrid. A breathless start. 2 goals, neither of which will stand. McAllister, Messi, hands it off to Almada. And now Fernandez. McAllister. Enzo Fernandez forward to Lautaro Martinez. Now Rodrigo de Paul, such a handy player, can play across the midfield. It's decent vision as much as he has a physical presence. And Boudaoui was fouled there. The challenge from Enzo Fernandez. Now we'll have a chance to have a little look at that offside decision, I'm sure, shortly. Got a chunk of the ball there, Fernandez, but also a goal piece of Hicham Boudaoui. Mazza. Lucas Zidane. Floated out towards the left-hand side, juggled by Ryan Aït-Nouri. Bit of quality there from the left-back. And burst past this man. That's a slight challenge from Gonzalo Montiel. The River Plate defender concedes a foul. Seen plenty of challenges flying in already. He's caught that on the knee, did Ryan Aït-Nouri. Looks like it'll be Shabi or Anis Haj Musa to take it. It's short from Musa. Shabi, left-hand side. Here is Anis Haj Musa again. Messi doing the defending, pokes it free. Can he prevent the corner? Will be a throw-in. Right, Nori. The ball goes down. No free kick, says Simon Marciniak. And eventually it's a goal kick. Looked like he might have handled the ball there, Rodrigo de Paul. He was expecting the referee's whistle. It never came. Well, here is the offside. We finally had a chance to look at it. It's so tight. Very similar to Lionel Messi's left shoulder, just beyond, I think it's Christian Romero there. I don't know where Gonzalo Montiel was going. De Paul, back to Christian Romero. Now Alessandro Martinez. Messi. He's had his own half at the moment, laid off to Gonzalo Montiel, and now back for Emiliano Martinez. Europa League winner with Aston Villa, be playing Champions League football in Birmingham yet again. It's Montiel. Bentaleb with the interception just in front of Rodrigo de Paul. Pokes it free for Hicham Boudaoui. McAllister laid off by Martinez. Messi, McAllister. Now Enzo Fernandez. It's Facundo Medina with a bit of width on the left-hand side. Almada tried to just poke it through to Martinez. That's Lucas Zidane, who will collect in the 6-yard box. As we suspected, it's Bentaleb alongside Hicham Boudaoui in the heart of that midfield, and it's a remarkable story, really. Nabil Bentaleb, it's a bit of a miraculous 12-year international circle. Fought back from a terrifying cardiac arrest suffered during a Lille training session back in June 2024. Fitted with a pacemaker after consulting with Christian Eriksen. He's returned to captain Lille and produced a career best season statistically in Liga. The disciplinary issues that saw him frozen out the likes of Spurs and Schalke early in his career seem to be a distant memory now. He's the model professional at the age of 31, and there he is intercepting. That's given away by Alexis McAllister, and now back by Rami Bensebaini. Somewhat playing the shadow of Zinedine Zidane. He's highly regarded for his vocal leadership and excellent distribution. Of course, his father played for the French national side, but an Algerian heritage. Developed in the French youth ranks before declaring for Algeria last year. Romero. Manchester United's Lisandro Martinez. Now Enzo Fernandez. Martinez. Alexis McAllister. Romero for De Paul. That's inside for Thiago Almada. Martinez to Lisandro Martinez. South America still looking for its first win of the tournament. Maybe the world champions can restore a bit of order. Messi, McAllister, Messi, back to McAllister. A tight pocket of green. Thwarted by Boudaoui between the lines. Here's Lionel Messi where he likes to operate. Edge of the penalty area. That's brilliant from Lionel Messi. It just opened up for him. 30 yards from goal. An absolute arrow into the top corner. And that one will certainly stand. An icon of a generation. With one of the goals of the tournament so far. It was always whipping away from Zidane. From the edge of the D. Zidane with fingertips to it. He could probably do a little bit better, you know, the goalkeeper. But take nothing away from Lionel Messi. His 118th goal for his country on the occasion of his 199th appearance. His last in this tournament was in the final 3.5 years ago. His first in this running was after just 17 minutes. He was on target just a week ago against Iceland in their warm-up game, a 3-0 win. And he just knew he'd make a mark on the game this evening. Algeria looking for a response. And a bounce away from Rafik Belghali. It's actually appearance number 200 for Lionel Messi. What a record that is, 118 goals in 200 appearances. And it's easy to forget that in the early stages of his career, before he reached the peak, the pomp of his powers, he wasn't necessarily the focal point, the man that everything ran through. Played more of a supporting role in the early days in Germany back in 2006 and subsequent World Cups, tournaments I should say. That's laid off by Mazza. Boudaoui. Issa Mandi getting forward, the man with the captain's armband on this evening. It's Boudaoui. Boudaoui. Mandi. Ben Saleb. Header down from Medina, drops to Enzo Fernandez. That's that run between his legs for Alexis McAllister. Gonzalo Montiel. Lionel Messi. De Paul. Laid off by Montiel. De Paul. with Christian Romero. Always a pleasure to bring you this unofficial, independently produced, studio-based commentary. Just give us a chance to add our own little flavour to proceedings and reach corners of the world that might not necessarily have the opportunity to tune in. But if you do have the option, make sure you're watching on and syncing up your audio to your local TV broadcaster's pictures. Here's Romero. It's allowed to wander forward into Algerian territory. Martinez. Romero, McAllister on the half turn on the edge of the centre circle. Given any space, short shrift provided by Anis Hadj Moussa. Amin Gouiri, who's in there as well, the number 9 tonight. Here's Romero. Messi with the layoff to McAllister. Messi again, between the lines is Almada, leaves it back for Messi. Messi pokes it through, Almada. And Messi again, linking up well, the two there. Messi, too much on the cross. Right, Nori keeps it in play. Romero. McAllister. Montiel. Fernandez. All Argentina. You'll probably count the likes of Spain and France as favourites for the tournament. And put it past Argentina from equalling that record set by Italy and Brazil as defending their trophies. It's a remarkable statistic of this global competition. It's only been done by 2 sides in history. Our supporters of teams that have only won it once or never won it at all, reached finals but not lifted that famous gleaming gold trophy. I'll tell you just how difficult it is to win. And there's Shimon Marciniak, blows the whistle, that goes out of play. It's the first hydration break. Game brought to a complete halt for our first mandatory pause. Emil Scaloni straight across to Lionel Messi. He hasn't even looked at a water bottle. Got his tactical clipboard out. Enzo Fernandez will have a word. So will Alexis McAllister, the two in the engine room in midfield. Vladimir Petkovic frantically trying to pass on some messages to the likes of Ben Sebaini and Hadj Moussa. It's what high-level managers like France's Didier Deschamps openly admitted before this tournament started, that these breaks aren't really just about a quick drink. They have started to become tactical weapons. They allow coaches to disrupt the momentum of a game, restructure a lagging midfield, reset their defensive shape after the opening 25 minutes. It's been a talking point of this tournament so far in the opening round of fixtures. And someone much cleverer than me has actually worked out all the data, the statistics, and looked at those momentum graphs. You often see them on screen during the broadcasts or on your preferred statistical website, wherever that may be. And it does appear that after each hydration break, the momentum does shift quite significantly. If you are just tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, Needed a more sociable hour in the Western Hemisphere or back in Europe where it's the early hours of the morning. We do thank you for joining us tonight. And while the players refuel and wander back onto the field of play, make sure you stay locked into your local, regional or national TV broadcaster to catch every second of the live match feed alongside our unofficial studio-based commentary. Well, 27 minutes gone, they're back on the pitch. Lionel Messi has had the ball in the back of the net twice already tonight. Only one of them have stood. Algeria have also beaten Emi Martinez. That one was ruled off for offside. On paper, we've got a little bit less than half an hour to play, but there's the interesting fact about these hydration breaks. Everyone knows they're coming. The referees do. Some organisers do. They elect not to stop the clock. Allotted 2.5, 3 minutes worth of time. Said we'll get it tacked on at the end of the first half. There's Aissa Mandi, Rafik Belgali, Mazza tries to thread it through to Guiri. Romero forward to De Paul. First time to McAllister. Finds Almada, flicks it round the corner for Lautaro Martinez. Enzo Fernandez, sharp movement from Argentina, taking the ball over very quickly. Martinez, Romero, Messi. And Christian Romero will spin it back to Emiliano Martinez. Long towards Lautaro Martinez. Ben Sebaini shoulder to shoulder with the Inter Milan captain. Too strong for him in that occasion. Nori. Bentaleb to Ali Ben Sebaini. Aissa Mandi. Bentaleb. Ben Sebaini. Tried to just flick it round the corner, did Shabi. Able to link up with Ryan Aït-Nouri. Montiel. Messi. And Almada. Fernandez. Facundo Medina. Almada. Edge of the centre circle now is Christian Romero. Gorgeous little back heel from De Paul. Finds Lautaro Martinez. Prods it backwards to Alexis McAllister. Montiel. Romero. Retreating ever so slightly here, Argentina, as they recycle the ball. Slip it back to Martinez. Onto the chest of Lautaro Martinez. Messi. Can't quite squeeze it through to Enzo Fernandez. And he's penalised for the foul on Aissa Mandi. He did just step on his Achilles there. Acknowledges he got that wrong, Lionel Messi, but it's an ugly looking challenge. And a sore one for Aissa Mundi. One of the boss words of the tournament so far has been force and intensity. And that one just a bit scrappy, Messi more than anything. Pardon the pun. Mandi. Boudaoui. Back to Mandi. Lucas Zidane. Ben Sebaini. Left of centre. To Guiri. Ben Sebaini. Guiri. Mazza. Mandi. Bentaleb. Mandi. Belgali. Down the line for Boudaoui. That's off Almada. Throw in for Algeria. Before the 6-yard line, juggled there by Mazza. Argentina breaking forward here down the left-hand side, and this is good stuff from Enzo Fernandez. Had to turn back to look for options, but in doing so showed a bit too much of it to Belgali, who gets it away. And varying shades of green tonight in Algeria. Argentina, iconic sky blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and white socks. Emi Martinez on the ball at the moment, all in orange. Medina, Almada, McAllister. He's been fouled. Guiri trying to track back. Man just caught in the middle of the park. Martinez. Amada looking for Messi, was never going to beat like Nouri in the air. It's back with Lisandro Martinez at the edge of the centre circle inside the Argentina half. Finds Rodrigo de Paul. Now here's Alexis McAllister. Driving forward again, Argentina. There's the little cutback. Won't reach Lautaro Martinez. It was Medina who got forward on the left-hand side. Romero. Algeria just pressing a bit higher after the hydration break. Since that was the message from Velimir Petkovic. Long towards Almada. Rafik Belgali had a hold of his shorts there, and that was spotted by Gimon Marciniak. Zidane trying to organise his defence. Here's Messi will try his luck from range. It was a long way out. There was a foul on the edge of the box, but Messi spotted a little gap there. It was off target in the end from Messi. He is fallible after all. Ben Sebaini. Shabi. Bentaleb. Finds Mazza. Links up with Aït-Nouri. Sharp there, the City man, but so was Gonzalo Montiel. Here's Messi, lovely little drop of the shoulder, gets away from Boudaoui. Here's Martinez. Flashed across the penalty area. Not too far away from Thiago Almada. Well, he might not have the explosive turn of pace that he once possessed, Lionel Messi, but still has the brain. The ability to read it faster than anyone else on the planet. The drop of the shoulder, the little turn. And suddenly the space opens up for him here and there. Sandro Martinez thundering in with a challenge. Make sure that that wouldn't run through to Rafik Belkali. In by Medina. That was Romero on the edge of the box. Almada. Messi. Into the box. Finds Fernandez. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Can't shrug off Rafik Belkali. Messi keeps the ball moving. Wanted the give and go with Almada. Offside in the build-up there. So down with the free kick. Here's Ben Sebaini. Shabi. Guiri tries to turn. Gets away from Romero. Keeps the ball for Algeria. How to drop into the pocket to get involved, and that's where a lot of his touches have been. It's not really where they want them playing. Mazza. Ben Sebaini. Mundy. And he's Hadj Musa. Decent ball in behind. And then pushed away at the near post by Emi Martinez. It was Fares Shabi who got in. It's clever work for the twinkle toes of Anis Hadj Musa. Taken short, Guiri. To Hadj Musa, edge of the box now. Boudaoui back into the penalty area. There's the header. Just lost his bearings there, did Fares Shabi. Tries to glance it in. Boudaoui. That's good link-up play. They're going to try and find him again. It was Mazza looking to slip it through. Solid defending on the edge of the box, led by Christian Romero. Now they're down there at the other end of the pitch with Lionel Messi. Enzo Fernandez just about gets it to Almada. Invited to shoot and scoops it high and wide and quite some distance over the crossbar. Nori. Rami Ben Sabaini. Mandy. More confidence on show now from the Algerians as half-time is rapidly approaching. Zidane. And Sabaini trying to just fizz along the turf towards Shabi. There's Montiel to cut it out. Calm from Bentaleb, juggling on the touchline. Sabaini. Nori. Mandy. Clever ball between the lines. Finds Shabi. Shakes off Romero. Shabi! And that was always rising. Seems that everything Algeria creates ends up with a Shabi shot. Sabaini. Mandy. Guiri tracking back again. Links up with Bentaleb. Mandy right hand side of the centre circle. At a walking pace Algeria. Between the lines for Shabi. Finds Guiri. Right hand side is Belgali now. Laid off for Guiri. Shabi. Belgali. Shabi again to the byline. Driven towards the near post. Martinez had it covered. Martinez came through the back of Sabaini to challenge for that aerial ball. Moving to 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. It's Ben Sabaini. Nori. Breaks to Guiri. And the chance disappeared as Martinez came across to close. Corner for Algeria. Shabi to take it. The in-swinger, and a bit of venom. Over on McAllister at the near post. Header from Messi, looking for DePaul. Here's Boudaoui. Zidane. Mondi. And this Haj Musa. For Mazza, now Bentaleb. Mazza, sharp little turn. Just past McAllister and then Fernandez. Haj Musa. Tried the cross from a deep position, that was closed down. And it's back in Argentina possession. To Romero. And Martinez. McAllister. Romero for Messi. Rodrigo de Paul. It's back to Emiliano Martinez. Lofted into the centre circle. Sweeping was Thiago Almada, I should say. This is Shamboudaoui. Right, Nouri left hand side in the attacking third. Strong challenge from Montiel. De Paul. Here's Thiago Almada. Challenge from behind by Ait Nouri. Simon Marciniak points to the ball and allows Algeria to continue, much to the frustration of the Argentinian bench. Belgali. Haj Musa. Tricky in the penalty area, twisting, turning. Haj Musa, deflection! It dropped to Guiri, but he didn't see it until it was right at his feet. It bounces away and into the hands of Emi Martinez. Out towards the far side, where Belgali is just held on to Thiago Almada there. It's actually Facundo Medina. Double finish with a set piece here. The defending champions before we move into the break. Messi and De Paul standing over it. Christian Romero up on the edge of the penalty area. Is Messi's delivery. It is McAllister slightly behind him over the crossbar, and the referee blows the whistle for half time. Well, Lionel Messi thought he'd open the scoring. After just a few minutes, that was chalked off for offside. Fares Chabi then thought he'd open the scoring for Argentina after just a few minutes. That was chalked off for offside. But Lionel Messi's strike from a long way out, a superb goal after 17 minutes, couldn't have been ruled offside. A brilliant arrowing effort, found the top corner and gave Argentina the start they were looking for. They've been in control of the game, if not necessarily at their free-flowing best. The hydration break probably just stemmed their momentum at one point, but at the break it's a slender lead, but a lead Argentina probably deserve. Back in 15 minutes time for the second half live. At the moment it's all going swimmingly for the defending champions and Lionel Messi, who's become the first Argentinian to score in 5 consecutive games in this tournament. Come back shortly, but at half time in Kansas City it's Argentina 1, Algeria 0.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Welcome back. Lionel Messi, he's arrived at this tournament. 20 years to the day that he scored on his first appearance on the global international stage as a teenager. At the age of 38, he's made his mark again with a fantastic strike from range, which beat Lucas Zidane to give Argentina a slender lead as we head into the second half. A change as well for Argentina. Gonzalo Montiel withdrawn. On comes Nahuel Molina in that right back position, the Atletico Madrid fullback. Joins his club mate Thiago Almada out there as they get back underway in Kansas City. Algeria did have the ball in the back of the net in that first half. That was chalked off for offside, as the opener that we thought that Lionel Messi had scored early on was as well. So the full half of football, Algeria only a goal behind. There was moments from the Fennec Foxes. And interestingly, it was Gonzalo Montiel's defensive lapse in concentration that opened up the space from which Fares Chaibi tucked it past Emi Martinez. Apart from that, he was pretty faultless, Montiel, in that first half. I wonder, maybe there's a little knock, which means he's been withdrawn by Lionel Scaloni. I can run you through those two starting 11s. Emi Martinez of Aston Villa in goal for Argentina. Just that change in the back line. Molina now at right back. Facundo Medina on the left-hand side. Martinez and Romero, the two centre-backs. Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United. Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister and Rodrigo de Paul of Inter Miami. Across the middle, Almada, Martinez and Messi, the front three. For Algeria, Lucas Zidane, the son of the legendary Zinedine, in goal. That four of 8 Nouri, Remy Bensebaini, Aissa Mundi and Rafik Belghali. Abel Bentelev and Hisham Boudaoui, the two holding midfielders. Gouiri, Moussa and Mazza offering support to Ferej Shaibi. It's Fernandez, Messi. Challenge came in from Boudaoui, and the referee blows the whistle swiftly. The two teams in this group, Austria and Jordan, head to head later on. The final game of the day. Anyways, this is the main event. Is one ball towards Lautaro Martinez. It's Zidane on the cover who nods it away on the edge of the penalty area. No, he needs a bit of help out there on the far side. Close down by Rodrigo de Paul, who zipped it through for Lionel Messi to score earlier on in that first half. Sandro Martinez with the half header away, chested down by Bentelev, finds his midfield partner Boudaoui. Mundi, Bentelev, clever ball, finds Mazza between the lines, tries to burst his way through. And his momentum halted by Christian Romero. It's fizzed away out of play by Lisandro Martinez. And by Rafik Belghali, given away by Boudaoui, challenge from Almada to win it back. Here's De Paul in the centre circle. Looks out to his right, clips one to clubmate Lionel Messi. Molina. De Paul. To Romero. Lisandro Martinez, left-hand side of the centre circle. Lifts one towards Almada. Read by Belghali. Medina. Martinez. Now Enzo Fernandez. Left edge of the penalty area. Messi on the edge of the box. Tried a little dinked pass over the top. Couldn't quite find his man. Body's in the way. And it's back with Messi. Argentina win it back high up the pitch. Messi looked for the top corner again. Another one speared over the crossbar. How many times have we seen him fire one home from that position? Romero with the slightly untidy challenge in the Argentina half. And the greats of American football watching on. One of the greats of the game the rest of the world refers to as football, Patrick Mahomes, who plays his football here in Kansas City for the Chiefs. In attendance this evening, multiple-time Super Bowl winner. Not many that do it better in the NFL. Very few have done it better than Lionel Messi in history. simply. Nobody has ever done it better than Lionel Messi. He can win this tournament. Usurp Diego Maradona, doing what Maradona never managed to do. Here's Lautaro Martinez. And now De Paul on the right-hand side. They're racing back towards their own goal, Algeria. De Paul with a pullback. Looks for Almada. Messi can't get on the second ball. And Mundy gets it away. This is the predicament Algeria find themselves in. Need to get forward and try and find an equaliser. And in doing so, they are leaving space in behind. Not necessarily a side blessed with flying wingers, though, Argentina. Plenty of ball players, though. One of them here in possession, Thiago Almada. And Medina. Martinez, McAllister. De Paul wanted the ball down the line. Provided by Molina. No foul on Rodrigo De Paul. Here's Mazza. Evades the referee in the centre circle. Haj Musa. Barged off the ball by Enzo Fernandez, and it's even Stevens now. Jean Marciniak waves away the Algerian process. Lionel Messi slips it through. Lautaro Martinez forced a little wide. Great save from Zidane. Gets down low to his right. And swept away for a throw-in. Brilliant pass from Lionel Messi. Spots the run of Lautaro Martinez. It's close enough to Zidane that he can get down quick to it. Seem to have just picked up where they left off, Argentina. We don't want to over-egg the pudding. Been the better side by quite some margin, Argentina, but still plenty of room for improvement. I'm going to make a couple of changes. Julian Alvarez is down there on the touchline, getting ready to come on. This is Nico Gonzalez. And that effort was Lautaro Martinez's last involvement. He'll be replaced by the Atletico Madrid man, Julian Alvarez. He's been subject of much transfer speculation in La Liga, links to both Barcelona and Real Madrid. Bit of a phony war on social media as well. More of words. Double change here for Argentina. On comes Nico Gonzalez, another Atletico Madrid player. Who is added to the numbers in midfield. Replacement for Thiago Almada. It's Boudaoui. Haj Musa. Termondi. Bensebaini in the centre circle. Mazza. Guiri. Nori stepping in off the touchline. Shabi. Mazza. Nori. Mazza on the half turn. Bentaleb. Here's Kouiri. Mazza. Laid back to Mazza. Big block from Christian Romero. Mundy. Ben Sebaini. There is space for Algeria if they can find it. And far from over, far from won by Argentina. Haj Musa tried to squeeze past Medina, goes down holding his face. It's the second or third time we've seen that. And once again, Gimon Marciniak not impressed. Molina against Mazza. By Molina. By Ben Sebaini for Zidane. Comes out of his penalty area to meet it halfway through the Algerian half. Get it back again off Mundy. Ben Sebaini. Mazza with the layoff. Bentaleb. Ben Sebaini down the line for Aït-Nouri. Into De Paul. Messi uses the outside of his left boot to find Rodrigo De Paul. Numbers over at the back post. It was aimed at Nico Gonzalez, but it's a really important intervention from Aïssa Mundy. He stretched and got a toe on the ball to turn it behind for a corner. Too far away from a second there, Argentina. Maybe they can use this set piece. Lionel Messi spots it up on the near side. Alvarez is an option now. And they're up from the back. They're not the biggest of sides, Argentina. It is noticeable. Messi towards the near post. McAllister tried the little back heel. That one's flashed away again by the Algerian defence. Martinez on the edge of the centre circle. Out to Messi. Exquisite first touch. Moves it on. Gonzalez. Away again. McAllister from a long way out. Drives it. Messi with the tap in on the rebound. Anticipated the save. Hit with such power by Alexis McAllister that Lucas Zidane couldn't hold on to it. Messi, the man of the moment. Started on the left-hand side. He was fed by Emi Martinez. Flashed away by Ben Sebaini initially. McAllister lined it up. Aïssa Mundy just a little bit slow to get out. Ricochets awkwardly off Luka Zidane. That's his 15th goal at this tournament across the years. He's one away for the record held by Miroslav Klose. There's a lot of talk about whether he'd even reach that mark. Well, he could well do it tonight. Much more comfortable now for Argentina. Here's Aït-Nouri. Badawi. Haj Musa on this right-hand side. Gali, not a bad cross. It's up in the air by Romero. Alessandro Martinez towards the touchline. Belgali. Back to Amondi. Bensebaini. Mazza. Straight to De Paul. Joggles it over the head of Mazza. Waits for the runners. To Gonzalez. Alessandro Martinez. Pings that back to Gonzalez at the base of midfield. Here's De Paul. Messi. Romero. Martinez. Held up by Enzo Fernandez. Little tug of the shirt by Boudaoui, and now we'll see some Algeria changes. Had to change something really, didn't they? And we will see Riyad Mahrez for the first time tonight. Some big players. Some Aouar is going to come on as well. Mohamed Amoura, their top scorer in qualifying, jogs on. And come the big guns. It might be a bit too late for Algeria to salvage this. Aouar replaces Boudaoui. Gouiri and Haj Musa replaced by Mahrez and Amoura. Riyad Mahrez not quite at the peak of his powers as he was at Leicester City and Manchester City in the Premier League and years gone by, but still canny operator at this level. Almost an up and under by Enzo Fernandez. It forces Bensebaini to come across and make sure that Julian Alvarez can't get on the end of the ball. Medina. Into Fernandez. Now Martinez. For De Paul. McAllister. Laid off to Romero. Alessandro Martinez. Mahrez buzzing around him. McAllister in the centre circle. Squeezes it to his left for Facundo Medina. McAllister, first time ball. Messi, brilliant first touch. Messi! Lucas Zidane denies him the hat-trick. Sentence you never thought you'd hear a commentator say. Zidane with a big save to deny Messi a hat-trick. There was a big old smile on his face. Well, a couple of months before Zinedine Zidane scored the 2 goals in the final that saw France lift this trophy for the first time, Lucas Zidane was born. In the tournament where he planted his forehead into Marco Materazzi's chest, Zinedine Zidane, in the final of that edition, Lionel Messi, well, he'd made his debut earlier on at this level. A few weeks prior. Here's Mahrez. Head off to Bentaleb. Now Mazza. Aouar. Zamora can turn, the pullback came from 8 Nouri, looking for Amora on the edge of the 6-yard box. The ball it was, wrestling with Fares Shabi. Mondi. They've committed a lot of bodies forward now, Algeria. Mahrez. Laid off to Mondi. Ben Sabaini. Pentaleb. Nouri. Hour. Mondi in the centre circle. Gali. To Aissa Mondi. Across to Ben Sabaini. Pentaleb. Hour. Now here's like Nouri with a half-decent cross, but just ever so slightly behind Amora. Amara's on the right-hand side. Amora pulled back, a decent effort from range from Aouar. It was always sweeping away from Emi Martinez's goal. And Shimon Marciniak takes that as the cue for the second hydration break. Referee stopping play once again. Referee's hit the midway point of the second half. Now it's fair to say the conditions here in Kansas City certainly warrant a breather. It was 30 degrees before kick-off earlier today. Half decent humidity as well inside this open-air bowl. These stoppages have sparked the biggest talking point of the entire tournament so far. Fans across the world have flooded social media because this 3-minute pause is a universal mandatory blanket rule applied to every single game in this competition, regardless of the climate. We've seen matches played early this week inside completely enclosed, ultra-modern, climate-controlled stadiums with mild, perfect temperature for football, where the air conditioning's blasting, and yet the referee's still forced to blow the whistle and halt a high-tempo game. It has deeply divided the footballing world. United States head coach Mauricio Pochettino publicly questioned the logic, stating it's completely unnecessary when playing conditions are good. Some legendary players like the likes of Netherlands captain Virgil van Dijk have voiced their frustration, arguing that it completely kills the natural, uninterrupted flow that defines the beauty of international football. The governing body, though, defends it as a strict matter of player welfare, pointing to dangerous, dizzying, code red heat stress that players suffered during the club tournaments held across America last summer. But critics and former players aren't necessarily buying it. Some saying it's a cynical move to adapt the sport to more American rhythms, maybe carving out artificial courses to allow host broadcasters to run lucrative commercial ads. Whatever side of the debate you sit on, though, the players toss their bottles aside and head back onto the grass. If you are watching on with your local broadcasters, make sure you're tuned in. Shimon Marciniak prepares to restart play. Maybe you've been lucky enough to peruse some local adverts. We are watching the game. We've been able to just keep an eye on both managers. Positivity from Vladimir Petkovic. I'm sure Algeria were aware that they were underdogs in this game and that there are more opportunities to come in the matches against Austria and Jordan. Here's Alvarez. Enzo Fernandez down the left-hand side. There's two to stop him. There's Mandy and Sabaini, other side of the penalty area. Now Ait Nouri. And Sabaini's clearance, taken down by Lisandro Martinez on halfway. There's Molina. Romero. Martinez. Back to namesake Emiliano Martinez. Nico Gonzalez wrestled away from Belgali, but Bentaleb getting back. Wins it back. In fact, it was Riyad Mahrez. Zidane. Back to Mahrez on the right-hand side. That's given away to Alvarez, edge of the penalty area. Moves it on, Messi, edge of the box. Is that a foul? Argentina think so. It was the challenge from Ait Nouri. Shimon Marciniak doesn't agree. And there are boos around the stadium. And so we wait. Ball goes out of play, but it's quickly back in, and no movement from Shimon Marciniak. Must have got the word from Tomasz Kwiatkowski in the VAR position. There is no intervention required. Where's Mazza? Ogali. Mazza. Tamares. Bentaleb. Famandi. Now Mazza. Bentaleb. Mandi. Bensabaini. Mazza. Shabi. Ait Nouri. Mazza. That's against McAllister. Awar. Bentaleb keeps it moving. Looking for Shabi. Can't return it to Ait Nouri. And the foul out on the far side. It's Argentina a free kick. High up in the stands here in the ground. A little shake of the head. Zinedine Zidane watching his son between the sticks for Algeria tonight. I'm sure a proud moment for him. Here's Alvarez. McAllister. Romero. Turn back to Emiliano Martinez. McAllister. Breaking again here, Argentina. Messi finds Gonzalez. Back to Messi. Edge of the penalty area! And spears it past Lucas Zidane and equals Miroslav Klose's goal-scoring record at this tournament. It's his first ever hat-trick for Argentina at this level, would you believe? A low drive into the bottom left corner. It almost felt inevitable. Sweeps it left-footed, bends it past Lucas Zidane, no chance for him. Springs to his feet immediately, Lucas Zidane, to barrack the defenders in front of him. They were a bit sluggish to close him down. But you've got to have sympathy for the Algerian defenders. It's Lionel Messi doing Lionel Messi things. On a stage that's almost been created for him. And just to remind you, he had a goal disallowed in the opening minutes and denied one-on-one with Lucas Adan. And here come Argentina again, flooding forward. De Paul, Alvarez couldn't sort his feet out on the edge of the box as Algeria got bodies back. He's made a meal of clearing that Belgali. Lisandro Martinez into the middle for Rodrigo de Paul. Algeria have a player down, and João Marciniak says that's a head injury for Ibrahim Mazza. Two will be coming on shortly. Nicolas Otamendi and Nico Paz for Argentina. This could be a moment for an ovation for Lionel Messi. It is. It's number 10 held aloft by the fourth official. He will depart. With his fingerprints all over this game. The armband taken by Nicolas Otamendi. Christian Romero also departing, but it's all about Messi. It always has been. And in a career littered with magic moments, tonight, at the age of 38, he makes another piece of history. Nico Paz at the age of 21, very exciting player. Would you feel for the young lads that come through the ranks of the Albi Celeste? You always have to not necessarily live up to the legacy of Lionel Messi. Nobody really can. They used to say that about Diego Maradona though, didn't they? And here is Paz. Looks for Gonzalez. It's a stretch to try and get on the end of it. And Rafik Belgali gets in the way. Changes here for Algeria. Abel Bentaleb is going to be replaced by Zarouki. Angel Bulbina, one of the younger, talented forward players, is going to come on as well. There seems to be a bit of confusion as to who'll be departing for Algeria here. It's Ibrahim Mazza who makes way. Shabi. Ben Sabaini. Aishamandi, Belgali. Mahrez, dispossessed by Medina. Aishamandi. Rami Ben Sabaini. Awa. By Aishamandi. Zaruki. Awa. By Medina to Emiliano Martinez. Alvarez on the half turn on halfway. Shavy. Mahrez. Nori. Darts past Molina. Stands it up. It's away by Nico Gonzalez. Aishamandi. There's Shavy. It was Aura on the edge of the penalty area who drew the foul, and that will be given. Alexis McAllister with a challenge. Could be a chance to get on the score sheet tonight, at least, Algeria. Clumsy from Alexis McAllister. It's going to be Riyad Mahrez. Certainly within range, just outside the D on the edge of the box. Slightly right of centre. Mahrez. It's off the top of the wall. Shavy. Get it far enough away from Rodrigo de Paul. Ushered over the touchline. He thinks it came off Fate Nuri. Mahrez. Ben Sabaini. Here's Ait Nouri on the left-hand side. Zaruki. Shavy. Given away again. On back swiftly. Urbina. Zaruki. Mahrez, right hand side. Finds Zaruki. There's the pullback. Gali was on the end of it. Here's Mahrez towards the back post. Recycle it here, Algeria. Mahrez again. And towards the far side. And a heavy touch from Ryan Aït-Nouri. Rodrigo de Paul will smash it away. Shabi. Mahrez. Mondi. Hung out to the left-hand side. Shabi. Mondi. Aouar. Mondi. Back to Ben Sebaini. Hasn't managed to conjure up a single shot on target. Algeria. There's Zaruki. Being hassled and hurried by Julian Alvarez. Zidane now for Ben Sebaini. Forward by Aït-Nouri, looking for Amoura. Off Otamendi. Ben Sebaini towards the left-hand side. Aït-Nouri, little stumble. Aouar. It's given away by Balbina. Given away again, Zaruki, Mahrez. Well, straight back to De Paul. McAllister. Lisandro Martinez. McAllister. Martinez. Just to Otamendi. De Paul. Otamendi. Martinez from the penalty spot. To Lisandro Martinez. Facundo Medina. Alexis McAllister. Last touch was off Adel Balbina. We've played 90 minutes. And we'll find out how much added time there will be. 6 more minutes to play. And Vladimir Petkovic doesn't look too pleased about that. The pace of the game has just evaporated after Messi's departure. Gali. Ben Sebaini. There's Balbina. Otamendi sliding in, wings it back. Molina. That's against Aït-Nouri for another Argentina throw. Molina. Away by Zaruki. It's lofted away by Nicolas Otamendi. Aït-Nouri. Timondi. In the middle of the park. Sebaini. Zaruki. Timondi. Down the right for Gali. And Sabaini. A misplaced pass. Tucked back by Medina to Emiliano Martinez. And now is Nico Gonzalez. Well, they're just content to keep it now, Argentina. In no hurry, watching the clock tick towards an inevitable victory. Otamendi. Molina's pass is behind Rodrigo de Paul. It's a rookie for Algeria. Aouar trying to bundle his way through. It's McAllister that wins the ball back for Argentina. Now Julian Alvarez linking up with Paz. Enzo Fernandez. McAllister. Otamendi. Which is McAllister. Back to Molina. Martinez. Lisandro Martinez. Pads. Otamendi. McAllister. Launched by Emi Martinez. It's been Sabaini juggling just shy of the halfway line and unceremoniously bundled over by Nico Paz. And Sabaini across to Aissa Mondi. Rafik Belgali. Mondi. Into the middle for Ben Sabaini. Zaruki. Mondi. To the big switch out to Ait Nouri. And that's that overhit pass. We shall sail out of play for a Argentina throw-in. .30 seconds of added time remaining. I think Algeria will be happy to hear the full-time whistle now. Ryan Ait Nouri penalised for a handball. He felt he was fouled, grabbed at it, expecting a set piece. Simon Marciniak instead gives Argentina the free kick. Emiliano Martinez spotting up the free kick and geeing up the crowd as we await Simon Marciniak's full-time whistle, which he obliges. Well, exactly 20 years ago to the day, on June the 16th, 2006, Lionel Messi burst onto the world stage. He was known already for his exploits at Barcelona. He scored that day his first ever goal in this tournament. 20 years later, he draws level with Miroslav Klose for all-time goals at any edition of this tournament combined. And he's done it in style on the occasion of his 200th appearance for Argentina. It's been the Messi show in Kansas City. A magic hat-trick. And the clean sheet for Argentina. The champions start in the best possible way. Algeria back to the drawing board ahead of clashes with Austria and Jordan in Group J. What more can you say about Lionel Messi? The headlines will be written, the stories will be told in what's surely going to be his final appearance in this global competition. What more can he do over the coming days and weeks? What can Argentina achieve with him in their ranks? We will find out, as Algeria have this evening in Kansas City. Full time, and it's finished. Argentina 3, Algeria 0.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.